back, and this time I'm gonna put on the cylinder heads. So before I put them on, and I'm telling you guys right now, I'm warning you, if you're looking for the right way to do it, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do the wrong way. So I just want to finish this thing over with. So first, I'm just gonna get a rag. I'm gonna just clean out all this dust that got in here. Now it doesn't hurt. You know why? Why put it together? It's gonna take another 5 minutes. I kind of just want to put it together, but yeah. Oh, and I found out what these things are. These are lifters. Yeah, it's getting the pistons down. It's awesome. Or in the cylinder, sorry. So I'm just going around, cleaning it as best as I kind of want to, and then making sure none stays in the cylinders. And then next, I did say I was going to reuse my head gasket. So I'm going to grab another rag that doesn't have debris on it. I'm going to grab the gasket here. And I'm going to do this away from the motor just to be safe. I'll do it out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe it. Clean of coolant, debris that might get in the way, dirt, oil. Mainly coolant and oil. I'm kind of just doing this to see like what will happen. So if something happens, totally my fault. I deserve it. You know, I'm not doing this the right way. But if it works, which would be hilarious, then I'll have the satisfaction knowing I cut a corner for no reason. I could have just bought these gaskets there. So anyways, guys, I managed to clean it up. It's dry now. Well, probably not for my fingers, but I'll just wipe that portion. But all the loose gasket material is like off, and it's wiped dry, so it's good to go for me at least. And yeah, I'm just gonna put this in. But before I do that, actually, I'll do it first here. So we'll go put this in first. Let's see if we can put it in the right way. Give it a quick wipe before I put it in. I'll put my fingers on the edge like this. Hopefully that'll help. Just kind of snake it in, and yeah, that looks right. So next what we'll do is we'll grab the cylinder head. So I'll be back with you guys once I get it. Okay guys, there's I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory, but basically you want to get it to match the dowels on the bottom. They're in the corners, here and here. And then the head will just rest on that. So I'm going to try and just wiggle it on there. This is not going to be pretty. And there. It's on there. So right now you can see my cylinder head just has the valve springs on it. So what I'm gonna do is I'll give it another wipe real quick before I just hold on here, guys. I gotta find my rag. And I'm just going to give it a quick wipe in there. Actually, hold on, I'll be back. Anyway guys, I'm back. So I'm just going to reach in there, give it a nice little clean. You know, try and get the loose stuff out of there if I can. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so there we go. So now I'm going to start installing the actual head studs. So in order to do that, I'll show you guys what to do here. Just give me a second. So I'm going to use motor oil. I had this laying around. I just don't care anymore, so I think it's still clean oil. And I'm just going to dip the stud in a bit there. The threaded portion, and you can see hopefully it's glistening for you guys. There's oil in there. I'm just gonna put it in there, and I'm just gonna lay them in there for now, one at a time. And once I'm done these guys, I'll show you guys how to do the bottom ones and top ones as well. So I'll be right back. But it's simply I'm just placing them in there like that for now, nothing special. Anyways guys, I'm back. I'm just going to remove this bolt here. One of the manifold bolts, exhaust manifold. And same thing. Just get it coated. You can use WD-40, but I just had this laying around. And same thing, I'm just going to place it in there for now. And I'll be back when I'm done this, but pretty simple, nothing crazy. Last but not least, I'm doing the top bolts. It's the same thing, not tightening them down yet. So I will tighten them down using the correct sequence at least. I think maybe that's important. But you're supposed to do it in 3 stages. So for the bigger bolts, the one in the middle and the top here, or sorry, the ones in the middle and the bottom, the ones with the bigger head size, the 15 mils, you're supposed to do it in 3 stages. So you're supposed to do 25 foot-pounds, then 50 foot-pounds, and then I think finally it's 75 foot-pounds. The official way is to use, you tighten it up to 25 foot-pounds, and then you go off a few degrees from there, like 60, 70 first torque, and then third torque I can't remember. That's the official way, but I think you'll be fine if you do 25, 50, 75. But I'm just gonna do the middle bolts here first. And I plan on just getting them hand tight right now. So I have my ratchet ready to go. And I'm just going to tighten them down as best as I can. Well, right now they are still loose, but it's getting oily on my fingers, so it's hard to use finger tight, or use my hands to tighten it to finger tight. And I believe you can hear the head gaskets crushing there. But for now, just go hand tighten them all. I'm not too worried about the order for this part. I'm just doing whatever is easiest for me first. And there goes my engine bay. And yeah, just hand tighten all these, and then hand tighten the bottom ones. Then you can hand tighten those at the top. So I'll probably just do the middle row first, and then the bottom row. So first is this, and then number 2 is this, and number 3 is the top. And I'll hand tighten them all, and then I'll get back to you guys when it's time to torque it down. So anyways guys, I'm back, and I ended up using the gun to tighten down all the bolts. I got lazy. But here we go, we're tightening down the head studs. I'm not doing the 3-stage. I'm just going straight for the 75 foot-pounds. So you want to start from the center. Ignore these top bolts. We'll do those last. So basically, I'm just torquing it down. Oh. I heard you want to use impact sockets for these guys because they might fight you. So anyways, there we go. So now I'm going to sneak down here and do the bottom one. And I'll keep torquing them down, but I'll post the image of the picture, or I'll post a picture of like what you're supposed to torque down, the order of it, and hopefully I'll help you guys. Otherwise this is going to just use a lot of video links if I just show you guys the way I torqued it down. I can just show a picture with number diagrams of the order to go. But these last ones, these are the last ones. And you'll want to go in a pattern like this. So you'll start here, and you'll go out, and then more out, and then all these guys. But I'll post up an image in the video, and you guys can have a look at it. Hopefully it'll help. But anyways, I'm going to torque these down to 75 foot-pounds, and then I'll be back. Hey guys, I'm back. So sorry about the lawnmower in the background, it's a neighbor. But I torqued them all down using the correct pattern. And I did have to pull this guy out from the end to torque down the last top bolt. So I did all these at 75 foot-pounds, the second row and the bottom row. And I did the top row at 25 foot-pounds. And then just to be safe, I double checked it. And it all looks good, and it just really puts into perspective how hard it is to take off the cylinder head. Like, it's on there good. It's part of the motor, you know, torquing down each of these bolts to 75 foot-pounds. That's like almost as much as a lug nut, and it's crazy. But anyways, I'm gonna set up the rocker, or sorry, I'll get the push rods that I labeled, and I'll put them all in there. Hopefully you labeled them too. Get them from my push rod stack here. And I'll probably dip them in oil. Once I find the right push rod to begin with on this side, I'll show you guys how I do it. Okay, hey guys, I'm back, and I got the push rods here, ready to go. And so basically what I did is it just it has a bit of oil in this rag. It's a bit greasy. And I just cleaned them really good like this. I did get some tape residue on it, but I'm not worried about it. I cleaned it off. But it's mainly because it comes in this burnt looking color. But now it looks like this. So obviously there's some dirt on it or whatever. Here, maybe them together so you can see the difference. But one's more like brown. One's more clear. Anyways, I labeled the push rods, as you guys know, if you've been following my videos. And yeah, I'm just gonna lay it in there like that. Not worry. Oh, actually, sorry, I forgot. I'm gonna put some oil on it, and then I'll lay the push rod in there. I'm just gonna dip it in some oil. You know, grease it up. I'm just worrying about the bottom portion right now, not the top. The top I'll come back and do later. I'll show you guys how to do it once they're all in. Or we can do it right now, actually. It's just gonna be messy. I'm already messy, so. And yeah, I just dropped a push rod into the bottle. So this is hilarious. We gotta redo this. So, I was wiping the push rods here with this here cloth. It has a bit of grease on it, and just wiped it like that. That's all. You got off the dirt. You can actually see the difference here. Just in cleaning it, this is a dirty one and that's the clean one. And I labeled my push rods if you guys were following my video. So I'm just gonna put that in that port there. That's my number one push rod. And I dipped it in oil. My hands are already dirty, so I don't really care about getting oil on them. I'm just gonna stick it in there. And there it is, ready to go. And I'm gonna do the rest of the push rods, and when I'm done, I'll show you guys how I put on the rocker arms. Okay guys, so I put in all the push rods, and they're all in there. So now I got the rocker arms here, and I lube the contact points with my finger. So I put some oil here where it's going to hit the push rod, and here where it's going to hit this guy. And I'll put some here as well, just real quick actually, before I forget. And you just, I don't think you should have those points dry. Just have something on them. I could be wrong. What do I know, right? I don't know anything. If one of you guys grenades your engines after listening to my advice, I apologize, but I do not assume a liability. Anyways, so the push rods are already lubed. So I'm just gonna go ahead and install these guys. They're still pretty oily from when I took them out, but I gave them a quick wipe with a rag before I oiled them just to make sure. Just sitting outside, it might have gotten a bit of dirt. But here we go. And so I'm just gonna hand tighten them in for now. And we'll go in with a ratchet later. And the torque specs for these guys are 25 foot-pounds is what it says, or 22, something like that. Choose whichever number makes you happy, I guess. And I believe you want to go in to out. I can't remember, but I guess I'll try and follow it. Why not? Doesn't really make a difference to me what order I tighten it now. It's just one row of bolts. It's not like I have to switch around like the head, so it'll be easy. Yeah, I think I'll follow the instructions for this one somewhat. But these things, they like to move around. So I'm just trying to keep it aligned. I'm just gonna grab a ratchet here. And it was either a 10 or an 8. I can't remember. No. Oh, and these are actually 10s. They're not 8s. I don't know if I told you guys that already. I lied. But these are 8s for sure. So I'll just go grab a 8 real quick. And of course the drive is different, so now I'm going to switch to 1/4 inch. Or sorry, 3/8 drive. Well, here it is. Let's see what happens when I try to tighten them down. Hopefully it does the right thing on its own. That'd be really nice. I'm not going tight here. I'm just going like ratchet tight, I guess. But I believe you want to get this part where it contacts onto the chrome shiny looking part. So, and then once you tighten it down, I'm sure it won't move anymore, but we will find out. Let's try and aim for the middle. Try not to slide it around on the retainer here. So this is why rocker arms suck. I'm sure there's a professional way of doing this, which I'm totally not doing. Nope, and that one's on there-ish. I'll tighten you down a bit. That's down. That's down. That's down. I have a feeling this process would be a bit frustrating, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure the oil on there is helping to make it harder. Oh. Oh, wow. Didn't damage the strut tire too bad there. I'm sure once you torque down these bad boys, you won't see much action from them in terms of side-to-side movements. Oop. Just trying to get it as perfect as I can. I'm doing this visually, so give me some slack. Anyways, I'll tighten them down with a torque wrench now. And I'll post a picture of the order you're supposed to do it. But it's supposed to be some, like, I think you start here and then go here, there, 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 and then there. But I'll post up a picture with a diagram and hopefully it'll help you guys. So guys, once you torque it all down, so 25 foot-pounds I like to say is around as tight as like the max effort you can put in with a ratchet. It's pretty tight. Like just with the 3/8, like no super long ratchet or anything like that. Just normal, just trying to go at it. Like it's definitely up there, but I use the torque wrench, so it was way easier. But in case you guys don't have a torque wrench and want an idea of it. And yeah, I think I was wrong. I didn't need to worry about them staying in the center. I think it centers on its own, but I did it anyways. So like I said, I don't know much about these motors. And yeah, we'll do the other side, but the next step is to, because I want to do put on the other head first, but I'm going to do that off camera because obviously I already showed you guys how to do it all. It's the same as the other side, but it's not on there still. Is what we're going to do next is we'll put a breaker bar on the crank here and rotate it over and make sure all these guys are moving up and down because we are rotating it without the heads on, and I'm worried maybe a lifter popped out. I don't know. Anyways, but the main point of doing it is you rotate it like 180 or I think it's 360 degrees. And then you retorque these because they might like shift a bit or some, or not be torqued in. It might have been resistance from something else. Because 25 foot-pounds isn't a lot. But I'll show you guys when I get to that part. Okay guys, we're back, and as you can see, both of the cylinder heads are now on. And I torqued it down to 25 foot-pounds for the rocker arms on both sides. So now the next part, according to the GM manual, this part I thought I should probably do the right way, is you have to rotate the crank just to make sure they are properly torqued down. Maybe there's some weird resistance it's causing. But anyways, I got a breaker bar here with a 24 mil, and it's attached to the crank pulley. Now I'm just going to rotate it. It says 360 degrees. might end up doing a bit more than 360 because I'm not sure. Oh, and there's 2 dots in here you can use as a reference, or 4, sorry. I probably should have done that. Or I'll show you guys coming up here. Totally my fault. I should have been watching out for that. See right there? You can use it as a reference when you hit 360. I've definitely done more than 360. At first it made a bit of a weird creaking noise, but now it's going really smoothly. So I'm just gonna make sure. Oh, I'm just gonna retorque it here to 25 foot-pounds on each bolt, or make sure it is. So far, so good. This probably isn't the right torque wrench. I should probably have a smaller 3/8 one, because this one gets less accurate. But I have another way of checking that the torque is right. I just don't want to go out and buy another torque wrench. This side is fine though, and you guys can do the other side on your own. I'm just going to do it off camera here, and I'll be back. Okay guys, so now that the rock arm's been torqued down, we're going to install back the valve cover. I already did it on the passenger side. I'll do it on the driver's side here. So sometimes your gasket might come a bit loose, so just make sure you tuck it into the grooves there. Mine came out a bit, so tuck it back in into the groove there. And then this is kind of hard with one hand, but I'll try and show you guys. I can't even remember which way this went. I believe it was this way. We'll find out shortly. Yeah, it was this way. So anyways, you want to pretty much just place it on there. And try and find the bolt holes. So like there, I found one and it's going at an angle, so I know I need to move it this way a bit to flatten it out, and then you'll find the other ones. Basically it's a game of patience. See, that one's lining up now. Now this one will too. You guys just keep doing that, and then just tighten it down, you're done. Cylinder head's installed, and in another video I'll do the intake and the accessories. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate the views, guys. Thanks. Have a good one.